Alright, here goes another episode of Minecraft. Feed the Beast with me, the average gamer guy, trying to do an above average job of producing a YouTube series. So today, the first thing we're going to do is make a little alloy smelter, and that's going to be 4 of these Invar plates that of course you can't see because they don't have a texture. In my texture, I wonder maybe they do. Maybe I should need to update my texture pack. Huh. Anyway, alloy smelter takes 32. It does accept upgrades. We're just not going to use them. I'm just going to stick him up there because that's easy. Now, why did I make an alloy smelter? I made an alloy smelter because I need bronze. That's not the thing I was using to make bronze. I need bronze, and I could do this recipe, a tin and 3 copper, and get a bronze, or I can use that machine that I just built and use 1 tin and 3 copper to get 2 bronze. So that machine was fairly trivial to make, might as well do it. Especially if I am going to be using these alvearies. I am going to need some bronze because I have to make some machines. So the bronze is not really going to go to waste. So that is going. What we're doing is I do have. Let's pop up here. And let's see. In here we have an Imperial that's chugging away. And somewhere I was pretty sure we have an Industrious. And there's another Imperial. And I think I might have... maybe I don't have an Industrious in here. Ah. I may have completely... I was close to getting Industrious. It was a pretty good chance that I was going to be able to get it, and I did. It was a Industrious Diligent combined with an Industrious. So that's a pretty good shot that what you're going to get out is an Industrious. And let's find a Noble. Yeah, let's get rid of this Diligent guy here. And put those 2 in there. And we can just... Oh, look at that. Just put these there. Let's see. Industrious. Sure, we'll just put you back in there. What have we got here? Nothing. Let's put the Diligence in there. Let's put you there. And we'll just keep putting you in there. Go put these guys over here. Because we're going to need a new carpenter to get us some, to be able to craft with honey. Wait, it's not much to do with pollen. Put that back over there. Give me this and put that in there. And let's go ahead and we'll grab this stuff. And stick it in there. And just let it sort of cook. You need a not small amount of honey and a not small amount of royal jelly to make an alveary. I've got just over a stack. That is way not enough. I think you need like a little more than 3 or 4 stacks of the royal jelly, so we're going to let that continue to cook. And then we're going to make an alveary, which works much quicker and you get much more out of it. And we're going to throw a Imperial in there and start to get even more royal jelly so that we can really start to crank out the alvearies. But in the meantime, we need to get ready for the things that we will be making or be using when we do have the alvearies. Because I would hate to get to the point where we have one and then not have any of the machines to take advantage of that. So that's what we're going to work on a little bit, is just sort of putting together the carpenters, the squeezers, the DNA machines maybe if we get that far, and sort of setting up that little area for some advanced being. So, alright. I'll be back in a bit. Alright, so we're going to make a gene pool here. So we've got our genetic machine. We had to pop over and use a basic circuit board from our carpenter in our B area to upgrade an apiarist's machine, which is pretty easy. Apiarist's machine, which is just a sturdy casing, which is a box of bronze, some redstone, and some copper. No big deal. And then you run the genetic machine to upgrade that, and then you get some tanks, some glass, some gold, and some redstone to get a gene pool. The gene pool is pretty neat from what I've seen. By no means am I an expert with bees at all, but I have seen a little bit. Let's see here. Rather than just plop this down and show you, so I'm thinking my alvearies. How hard is it to make the alveary hydroregulator? Is just... Oh, okay, so that's pretty easy. So I'll be able to use this area. The hydroregulator will change an alveary. It'll let it change the humidity of the alveary. So even though over here is damp, I'll be able to change it to normal so that my bees can run. So I'll be able to do that over there, which means then I would pump that stuff out. Or actually, maybe I should just do it over here. So like that half of the room is bees and this half of the room is processing, maybe? Yeah, let's go for that. That's what I think we're going to do. And then we'll just sort of get rid of this stuff because it's not even really working very well. It served a purpose in that I needed the propolis to make these apiarist's tubes. But now that I've made them, I don't really need this stuff going anymore, so I think the alvearies will be fine over here. And then we'll set up some processing over here. So let's try the genetic machine, or the gene pool right there, which means... let's see, we're going to need to get some power over there. So let's... do this. We'll just run power. Where's that? Oh. Alright, that's where the plates are above me. One more. Alright. Fill that in. There we go. Oops. Now, how much conduit do we actually have? That thing takes quite a bit of power to operate, but 24 is not going to get that done. Do I have any? I do. I have 70 energy conduits. So let's go and start making some of these. We want this guy. Is this empty? Yes, it is. So let's put that in there. Throw these guys in there just for future use. And put him back. And while we're at it, go ahead and take care of that. Now, we'll see just how far this does get us. Oops. Come on, connect. There we go. So we'll build this power line over. That way, whenever we need to tap into it, it'll be there. And it'll be easy. Okay, well that's as far as we got. So let's go see if... Let me go get these things done, and I'll be back. Alright. Our gene pool has power, but it doesn't have a B. You can see there is a little red thing here, and if you mouse over it, it says no B. Because it doesn't know what to do because it doesn't have a B. What this thing does is it turns a B into liquid DNA. And then liquid DNA is used in turn by other machines. So what we're going to do is grab some rocky drones, some common drones. Oh, you know what? Let's put the commons back. Let's pretty much just... Is there... Yeah, here we go. Let's take these guys. Because we've got tropical there. We don't really need... Oh, what the heck. We'll leave some, and we'll take some of these. Alright, so we've got a bunch of bees that we don't really care about because they're all the hive bees. And we're just going to start throwing them in there. And you can see it's sort of, as it goes, it scatters their DNA until, you know, it starts off strong, and then it starts to break it down and break it down and break it down until you get some liquid DNA. And each bee is about 2+% apparently, because I got 2 and then I got 3. So we'll see. This is a unknown marshy drone. I have a feeling that either it's random or it's like 2.5 maybe, and it just rounds. Let's see if this goes to 10. Yeah, I think it might just be 2.5 per. So that's going to fill up, and that's good because we're going to need it. Now that's a liquid, so that means what we can do is we can make a Zycraft or Railcraft tank and pump this into it, which will be useful, and we will probably be doing that, because then what you'll do is we will go ahead and just, once we have our alveoli set up that's non-mutating, so we have alveolis that are just producing the things that we want, sort of like this row of blocks right here, where we're not mutating anything, and they're just in here spitting out their products into this. What we'll do is we'll say, hey, somewhere around here, extra drones, just send them here to the gene pool, or really to a chest that will then pull out of to fill the gene pool to then create liquid DNA that is then pumped out into a tank so that our other machines can actually use it, and that'll be a little bit of automation for us. So next on the list is a Zycraft or iron tank. I don't know which one I want yet. Zycraft is easier, iron is numerically superior. I'll have to debate it. We'll see. I'll be back. Alright, so in here we've got our gene pool, and it's nearly full. And what we're going to do is we're going to put a tank out there. But because I don't want a giant, huge, massive tank, I'm going to use a somewhat large iron tank. And that should provide enough space for us to store everything that we need to store. However, that means I have to cook up a bunch of the iron into iron plates and make all that stuff, and that takes a while. And it's running now, but it's not the fastest thing ever. So I came over to check our little farm over here, and you can see it's doing pretty well. I don't know why there's an oak sapling in there. So it's doing well enough that we need to sort this out. So what we're going to do is somehow we're going to make, you know, maybe I should just repurpose this thing up here. What we're going to do is make a Zycraft tank that can hold, we're going to make a fermenter and have the fermenter ferment the wheat into biofuel. And I believe I can just pump that straight into a tank. That was, I wanted to do that. Right-clicking to see what the results of using it are, and Where is the fermenter? Biomass. Like, it'll fill it up here, and then I'm assuming I'll be able to pump it out. And I can use honey, or apple juice, or water. And you get amount of 1. Amount 1. So it uses the same amount, and then it produces 0.15, 0.15, or 0.1. So if you use apple juice or the honey, you would get slightly more. I don't know that we're concerned too much about that. But what that means is we are going to need a ready supply of water as well. So, let's see. Where do we want to put our Zycorn tank? It's going to have to go down is where it's going to have to go. Oops, no, hey, you guys take that. Pick that up. I don't want it. So, kind of wish this wasn't right here. Alright. So, I'm thinking, what are we going to do? If we have another golem whose job it is to take things from there and put them maybe over here, and then I could have my tanks out in this area. That might work. So if I had a tank here, I really would like my golems not to do that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12. And we should be able to just connect these. So that's the tank. Oh, hello. So that's the tank that the biofuel would potentially get stored in. And then we can make a smaller water tank, maybe right here. Alright, well, I'm going to hollow this out, and I'll be back. Alright, so we're doing a little bit of Thaumcraft here, just getting that little farm ready. So one of the things that you can do is, I noticed I keep creating the same things, and these keep getting hung up because they're stuck with the same deals. So what we can do is we can say, okay, that's got 4, I think that's Messia or something like that. And that is going to be on... That is going to be on some sort of crop. It's on flowers, but I have flowers, right? It's on that, but then there's also 2 water, and I don't need the water. I don't have any flowers, but they're probably going to have something else as well. Okay, well, and I've got 4 of it. So if I have 4 of this and 0 of that, and I can only go in 2s, then if I put another 4 here, I'll have 4 here, so this one won't be clear. So if I do another 8, then that would be 12. So I'm going to have to do a bunch of these to get this to even out. No, it was sugarcane? Yeah, sugarcane. Alright, so if I do 2, and then I just say, I don't know, what does that get me? Nothing. So they all go into the alembics, and then this guy is stuck. There he goes. So now I've got 4 and 0. So what I really need to do is let me do some math and see if I can figure this out here. Alright, when in doubt, the math on that turns out that the lowest common denominator is kind of high, so that's not really going to work. So, clay has 1 aqua and 2, I think it's solastin, maybe? But what that means is, assuming none of the rest of these are solastin, please don't be. Okay, they're not. So when I throw, I need 4 to get that up to 8. Well, if I throw 4 of these in here, I'm going to have 8 of that, which means both of those will be eligible to be taken out. Which means I click this, I get nothing, but my little guy is going to go empty 2 of those. So there he goes, and there he goes. Good job, little guy. Now, what do I got? I've got herba and that. Okay, herba I only need 2 of. So what can I get me? So if I throw 2, then I'll have 2. So that's not going to work. 4 and 2, and I've got how much in there right now? Alright, well, you get the idea. You sort of have to hunt around and figure out the different ratios and what you're going to add into and what that's going to become. So I've got 6. So no, not that. This. I've got 6. So if I add in 4, I'll have 10 to 2, 14 to 4, 18 to 6, 22 to 8, at which point that would get cleared out. So then I'd have 26 to 2, 26 to 2, so then I'd have 30 to 4, and then 34 to 6. Yeah, see, you just sort of eventually like that's going to stop. Oh, actually, that would clear out it. Oh, man. Better to just find another thing. That's usually the correct solution, is... None of these have that, do they? That's got 4. Huh. I could swear I had something that had... There's 1. Alright, so let me find something and I'll be back. So I think the oak sapling will in fact work. I just had my math a little wrong. So that will clear that out and leave me with 2. Oh, it stuck it over. It did retain it. I thought it would. Crap. Well, when in doubt, I'll just have a bunch of flux all at once, but clear both of those out. Oh no. Why would you do that to me? Damn you. So that will get cleared out as well, and then it's still got 2. Well, it's going to have to stay 2, because I'm just unwilling. I've already got flux that's high. It's going to cause problems. I'll clear that off camera if I really actually care about it, which I probably don't at this stage. Because it's fair. I got 2 clear ones. That's pretty good. I don't know. That's kind of annoying, but I don't really want to deal with it right now. Alright, so let's make us a strength golem. We need some bricks to go along with that. That's right. We need some of these guys. You've seen me make a golem before. I'm going to make a stone strength golem. So the only difference between this stone golem and everything else is that it uses stone bricks instead. I'm going to make him strength. I'll be back when I've got him. Okay, so we're making some progress over here on our little... I'm just making a whole little refinement area. So what we've got is, right now I've got my fermenter that is fermenting the wheat into biomass, and then that is, the way I set it up is when this one has space in its inventory, go ahead and emit the signal and pump it out into these stills. And the way the still works is it takes the biomass and it converts it into biofuel. Now, you cannot use a liquiduct out of here. What I was originally going to do was just store all the biofuel or biomass and then convert it later. But when I found out you couldn't liquiduct it down, I realized, well, that's stupid. Why don't I just convert it now? So I built this little extra enclosure, and I'm going to make a little liquids processing station here. So what that means is now we're making biofuel, and it's being pumped out of the back because these can use liquiducts. So they're liquiducting down to the bottom. You know, we've got some buckets, and we got 16 million space, so that'll let us run some boilers if we can get that filled up. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and put in a diamond pipe so that I can send the wheat to here, and I can send the seeds up and probably maybe over to here, and I'll need to make another tank, maybe not that big. Or actually, no, I'll probably get a liquid tesseract and just tesseract it as seed oil, so that we can just process all of the stuff that's coming from here as some seed oil. So what we'll do is we will have items being pumped in the top, power being pumped in the bottom, which means they need to be here. So that is where I'm going to need those to be. Now, that means this is going to have to, at, I guess, that stage, is where we'll come up. So let's break that and get my pipe and my pipe wire. Now we need our diamond pipe is going to come in here, and I probably have some of this from picking up. So the white is where we want some seeds, and the blue is where we want the wheat to go. Alright. And then we're just going to route this over and down. Excellent. Now we just need some squeezers. For now, we're going to go with 3 of them. I should probably go ahead and get 4 and 5. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and do that. Basically, what I want, it's going to be kind of rough because if I tell it to, I almost need 2, instead of having a diamond pipe, I almost need an emerald pipe to pull one thing out and an emerald pipe to pull another thing out. Because what will happen here is if I set it up that it's a OR Arctarchic gate, it'll still pump both things out even if there isn't room in one or the other. And if it's an AND, then I'm potentially losing out waiting for one of the things to have room while the other side could be processing. So let me look into doing that, and I will be back. Okay, so after a little bit more looking around, I realized I don't actually need to do what I said. All I need to do is pick up my autarkic iron AND gate, and oh no, that isn't gonna work. I need a gold. I need an autarkic gold OR gate, which is a that's right, they don't actually give you the recipe on how to make it, they just, there we go. So we need a gold OR gate, a pulsator, okay, yeah, so that's the same thing. So a gold OR gate is a, really, I need a, Okay, how do I make that? Oh, redstone and gold. Alright. Well, let me grab... Let's see. I need an iron. I need a lapis. And I need a redstone. And then... What was this? This was... a redstone and a gold. So another redstone and a gold. So what we want to do... So to make blue pipe wire, it's pretty easy. It's the same as red pipe wire. It's just instead of rose red, it's lapis. And if you want to make green, it's cactus. And if you want to make yellow, it's dandelion yellow. So that's pretty easy. And now we need to stop making this because I have a teeny tiny little chest next to it and it's all full. So what we really need to do is let me go make some upgrades to that and then I'll be back. Alright, so we got that upgraded. So a redstone and a gold is going to get me a gold redstone chipset. And I need to remember to just throw some stuff in here and get it made up in between because it's annoying to have to constantly make all these base deals. But luckily the assembly table will just spit it out right here. Come on, assembly table. I guess while I'm here, I might want to go ahead and make another sturdy casing. Oh, man, I'm really getting some lag in this area. I gotta get on having another place to live so that I can have a little more room and spread out and not as much stuff all going on all in the same place while I'm trying to do things. That is killing me. Alright, a redstone gold chipset, and we want a gold ore gate. And that is a gold and a red and a blue. So, a red and a blue. It's only going to work if I actually take them. Alright, and we throw that in there, and we get a gold ore gate. So, we'll start making that. While it's doing that, I'm going to go throw down my other squeezer. I think 4 squeezers will probably be good. That will probably sort of maybe keep up. I don't know. Let's see. And we're going to need some power for these guys. So let's see. That can probably come from right there. Do I have redstone energy conduit? No. Why would I have that? Why would I have something that I need to do this? That's just silly talk. Alright. Coming over here. Back to lag central. And I came here for redstone energy conduit. How much creosote oil do I have? Not even close. 1,000,000 buckets. 1.5 million buckets. Not even close. The bees are going well. I'm just letting my Imperial and Industrious spin up so that I can eventually make my alveoles. So bees are definitely not a short-term investment, but they're pretty cool once you get them going from everything that I have read. And so far, I like the small results that I've been able to see. I like. I'll just go ahead and throw that. Oh, let's not do that, because that's just weird. I don't know. I don't like loops unless I specifically planned for loops to happen. But we just did that in case we need to stick another squeezer on there. It'll be easy. So what we're going to do is have this guy trigger with red pipe wire, and the other guy trigger with blue pipe wire. And then we'll say either this, or if either this or that thing are true, then pulse, but it would still pulse both. Huh. Let me examine that some more. Let me go back and read a little bit and see if what I'm thinking is not going to work. Alright, so I was correct. What would happen is it would say if the red signal or the blue signal comes in, then go ahead and pulse, but it would still pulse all the things. So it would still pulse the wheat and the seeds out, which is not what I want. So I'm going to instead go back to what I originally had thought of and then just never did, and that is the emerald transport pipe. Oh, look, you get 8 of them. Well, then I'll save myself some emeralds. Let's put those there, and then pop them back in there. And the emerald transport pipe is pretty nifty. Do I still have... Yeah. Just let me grab... I'll grab some... Oh, you know what? The iron doesn't interact with blue, so no problem. So it works just like the wooden transport pipe, except it has a filter. So what we can do are things like this wooden golem move. I want to break that. Hey buddy, how's it going? There. I still do need them to... So if this guy goes there, then that one will have to come out. Alright. Pipe routing, always interesting. Well, what I could do is... do this. So if we come from underneath, no, not what I want. So if we come from underneath, we do that. No, I don't want to place 2. So we would say, for instance, seeds, no, wheat can come down through this one. And then we take our gold transport pipes, and we take a torch and set it over there. And we take our gold transport pipes, and we bring it up out of the ground. Like so. And then we go ahead and red pipe this guy up. Well, that's going to be a problem. There we go. Problem solved. And continue the red piping. There. All the way up. And then we put this and this. So we throw the target gate there, and we say red pipe signal on means pulse. And then we come over here, and this thing is set up. If there's space in the inventory, then send the signal. So it pulses this over, and it makes biomass and pumps it out. And now it says there's no space in inventory. There it goes. Is that a sub? Yeah, if there's space in it. Well, so it'll keep going. And then this way is going to come over. And do one of these. There. And we're going to not click on that with a pipe. And this is going to be our seed route. I think you guys can sort of figure out how we're doing this at this point. Let's put some pipes over this way. Alright, now I think we'll do the same thing here, and we'll say iron and gate. If there is space in the inventory, emit a signal. That way, when there's space in this one, if there's space in any of these, it will distribute through those, I think. So we'll see as it works whether or not that's true. And then we'll say is, if there's a red pipe signal, then pulse. And that should shoot out the seeds. Yes. Okay. And then we just stop that from happening, because we don't have anywhere for this stuff to go yet. So, yeah. Cool. We just need... Oh, let me go get some liquid ducts and I'll be back. Alright, so this episode is going quite long, so we're going to wrap it up here. So I did a bunch of it off camera. What we've got is there's my emerald tube with the seeds. The squeezers are requesting seeds and getting them. This fermenter is still seeming to have issues requesting stuff. I'm not 100% sure what's going on here. From everything, it's being pulled from underneath. But from everything I've read, it should be able to keep a couple stills going, and it's not even keeping, like... I mean, maybe it would fill up one, I don't know. It's kind of hard to tell at this point. These guys are going quite well, and pumping seed oil into a liquid tesseract. I left myself a little room for expansion, just in case. The liquid tesseract is being housed downstairs. Oh, poor planning of this base has made this just a rat trap of nightmares and shattered dreams. Ugh. So, of course, you cannot use a liquid duct to pull liquid from a tesseract, because you can't pull liquids from tesseracts. It just flows freely from them. So a wooden transport pipe that's waterproof to a brand new valve gets us seed oil not coming in. Why is the seed oil is being shown flowing in, and then it's not actually filling this tank? Why? Alright, well, there's some debugging of this system that needs to happen. But that's going to have to happen next time. When I play Minecraft Feed the Beast, I am the average gamer guy, which is why nothing that I'm trying to do works, frustratingly. Anyways, I'm the average gamer guy. Have a good day.